Hello, welcome back to Most Amazing Top 10 guys. My name is Danny Burke and today's video is called the Top 10 Ancient Creatures That Still Exist. These are forms of life that have gone pretty much unchanged for an insane amount of time. They haven't needed to evolve as much because of their environment and the fact they're so well suited to it. How many of them have you seen in your lives? We're about to find out, but first let me point you right up here to check out Landon's new channel called Fortnite Central. He's going to be playing Fortnite on there, so if you want to see that, go and check it out. There's also a link in the description box below. If you like Fortnite, it's definitely worth checking out. Starting off at number 10 now, we have Crocodilians. Crocodilians is the name given to the family that contains alligators, crocodiles and gharials. They are famously referred to as the animals that have gone unchanged since the time of the dinosaurs. And that's pretty much true. They haven't really changed much since about 85 million years ago. The ancestors of modern crocodilians would have rubbed shoulders with the likes of T-Rex and other big scary dinosaurs. At number 9 now we have cow sharks. Despite the name, they are just as fearsome looking as most other shark species. The deep water sharks are opportunistic feeders, taking whatever they can find. The lineage to which these 6 and 7 gilled sharks belongs to dates back to an astonishing 175 million years ago. That's 110 million years before the dinosaurs went extinct. The T-Rex lived closer to modern day than it did to the dawn of this shark. Amazingly, they are still here, pretty much the same in every way as their ancestors. Even Mother Nature doesn't want to mess with a shark. At number 8 now we have dragonflies. Dragonflies live all over the world and play a big part in some stories from ancient cultures. They can be seen both as a sign of beauty and evil. They're also very ancient. The group they belong to first appeared in the fossil records around 325 million years ago. One of their ancestors even had a 30-inch wingspan. That's about that big, I guess, roughly. Don't take my word for it. They've seen species come and go along with huge extinctions, and yet still the dragonfly has survived. In modern times they come in all shapes and sizes. Scientists are still struggling to classify them all, but at the last count there are a little over 3,000 species of dragonflies known to science. Moving on to number 7 now, we have lice. Yes, I'm pretty sure you guys have seen a louse before in your life. They are widely regarded as the greatest parasite success story, at least for them, not for everything else. In 2003, paleontologists found a 44 million year old feather louse that looks almost exactly the same as the ones that live on birds today. The differences are very small. If you didn't know otherwise, you could be forgiven for thinking they were exactly the same species. When your whole job is feeding off the body of a much bigger animal, you don't really have to change too much. Next up at number 6 now, we have the platypus. They are strange looking creatures, aren't they? I think everybody agrees. They are the only mammal that lays eggs, and their snouts resemble a duckbill while their tails are similar to beavers. They're also very adapted to their environment and as such have not really had much of a reason to change over the years. A close relative of the platypus known as Obdurudon was found in rocks dating as far back as 25 million years ago. Obdurudon had slightly different teeth and skull characteristics to the platypus, but other than that they look amazingly similar. Platypuses might not look like mammals, but they may be one of the oldest species of mammals on the planet. At number 5 now we have Coelacanth. According to the fossil records, coelacanths were lobe-finned fish that were thought to have gone extinct along with the dinosaurs about 65 million years ago. Well, apparently not. Majori Latimer discovered one washed up at a dock in South Africa in 1938. After studying it, scientists realized that this creature was almost identical to the ancient creature that swam with dinosaurs. It was different enough to earn its own category, but scientists were still very shocked to find it. At number 4 now we have the horseshoe crab. This name can be a little bit deceptive. Horseshoe crabs don't really look like what you would imagine when you think of a crab. Still, they are crabs. The 150-year-old Mesolimulus looks just like the horseshoe crab to the untrained eye. The modern horseshoe crab has been around for about 20 million years now. That might not seem like too long ago, but around that time our ancestors were swinging around the trees and looked a bit like gibbon monkeys. A lot has happened since then for humans, but not so much for the horseshoe crab. Their home on the sea floor and just how perfectly adapted they are to it are just some of the reasons for their success. Moving on to number 3 now, we have the velvet worm. Despite the name, these little creatures aren't actually worms at all. They are more closely related to arthropods. In 1909, Charles Walcott discovered some preserved specimens from about 505 million years ago. One of them looked a lot like the velvet worm. It had exactly the same segmented body and stubby legs. In fact, the only noticeable difference was that modern velvet worms use a nozzle system to squirt a web over their prey, like a mini Spider-Man. Because the soft bodies of velvet worms don't fossilize well, it's difficult to know for sure if the specimens are simply ancient velvet worms or not, but good job on surviving if it is. Moving on to number 2 now, we have the Brachiopods. These little creatures may look like clams, but they are their own distinct species. You may have seen their shells before at the beach. Fossils of them have been found dating back over 500 million years ago. They dominated the ocean floors back then. This lasted until about 251 million years ago when the Permian mass extinction happened. Scientists called it the Great Dying, as huge amounts of greenhouse gases were dumped into the atmosphere and the oceans became highly acidic. And finally, number 1 now, we have mosquitoes. If you have seen the original Jurassic Park movie, you'll know that scientists were able to recreate dinosaurs using the blood in a mosquito that was trapped in amber for millions of years. Now, while that may be science fiction, the age of mosquitoes is not. The oldest known mosquito with an anatomy similar to modern species dates back to 79 million years ago. Just like their modern descendants, these flies pierce animal skin to consume their blood. All that's happened for them is that they've swapped T-Rex blood for yours. I wonder which they prefer. For those of you who are still with me now, thank you. I'm guessing you like sciencey videos. I do too, so let me know what animal or science videos you want to see next on the channel. I am Danny Burke. Thank you for watching, guys, as always, and I'll see you all in the next video.